Hi, you're going to die, and so am I. So, thank you for spending precious time with me today. I just really felt like talking about the World Cup. I feel like it's been a huge sort of pop culture moment, which is very interesting, and it's over, but I'm still thinking about it. Obviously, it's everywhere on social media still, but I'm also just still thinking about it. As a non-sports person who is from Norway originally, I moved to the US and I tried really hard to care about American football because I married someone who loves it. And I bought like a little, American Football for Dummies book and stuff like that. And I just didn't retain the information, and I can get, a little excited about it, mostly the halftime show, but I've always been a football fan, or soccer, not fan, but here's some backstory. Well, like I said, I'm from Norway, and Norway is a pretty sort of sports-centric country. I am not a very typical Norwegian. I'm not very athletic. I'm not super outdoorsy. I used to be more outdoorsy, but I'm just not very typical Norwegian. I'm not very competitive. I don't like all the athletic stuff that Norwegians love doing. But I appreciate it. And growing up, I did watch some football, like Champions League, and I had my own favorite team. May or may not have supported those teams because I had a crush on other boys who supported them, but eventually it became a real kind of fandom, my own fandom. And I moved to England, and that, kind of spurred on my fandom a little bit more. And then I dated someone who was very much into football, and every Saturday we would watch so the recap of all of the games and stuff like that. And anyway, Norway hasn't been in the World Cup for I think 26 or 28 years, and I remember the last time we were a part of it, and me and my mom watched the Norway games together, and it was just crazy and so much fun. My dad had gotten me like an official Norway shirt, and we were just like screaming on the couch, waving Norwegian flags and being super excited whenever we scored a goal, and it was just a huge deal. And yeah, we haven't been back since, and it's just been so fun. I'm not a super patriotic person, but I was so proud of my country, and everyone was so, the team was so Norwegian. Just very, like, a little stoic, a little goofy, sort of conservative and polite. And I love that there wasn't a lot of drama. The boys don't like when they fall. They're very like, all right, get back up again, unless they're super injured. And just like the sportsmanship, the friendliness, and obviously the characters, the really fun players. I was just really proud of it, of them. And that's what I want to talk about a little bit. It's like, I think this World Cup did something to a lot of people. I'm not, like I said, not really a sports person. I don't watch sports very much. I don't really care about that stuff, but I do watch the World Cup every year, or every 4 years. And this time it felt special. I thought maybe it would be because I live in America and it's hosted here this year. And I think, people did a good job trying to get Americans onto the bandwagon, and they succeeded. I think, there was a good hype up to it, but then it's just entertaining. I think it was entertaining, like Holland was such a prominent character that made people want to watch. There's all these superstars, that you get invested in. Bellingham, and the most beautiful thing is just seeing the countries playing against each other and crying passionately when they lose, and then comforting each other, swapping shirts. Like some of the most beautiful things was like the friendship between Mexican and English fans, even though England crushed them. I mean, the Mexicans were so kind to them that England has now invited them to go to Wembley and do a friendly match there. It makes me cry. We really need this right now. We need, I don't know, like someone made this like beautiful Instagram video that was like, can the World Cup come back to a sleepover again next year? Like, let's do it every year. It was beautiful. Do you guys feel this way? Are any of you like non-sports fans who were watching it and for the first time like, I'm kind of like it? I mean, like learning the rules and stuff. That's the thing about football. It's simple. There's a couple things that are a little, confusing, but it's simple. Anyone can really understand it, and anyone can play it anywhere, like with simple stuff, with a cheap ball, and you can just literally put two things to make a goal. Like anywhere in the world where people have no money, they come together and play the sport. It's beautiful, and these talented, amazing people, against all odds, somehow with their exceptional selves, become super athletes coming from literally poverty, and then they get bought onto these huge teams and they make a lot of money. I mean, that's a different discussion, like how much money should athletes make, but whatever. This is top tier entertainment, and it's beautiful. Yeah, it's just a game and it's kind of silly, but it's also not. Like, I cared deeply about all the games. Did you? Like, which teams were you supporting? Like, there was all these jokes about how Mexico kept supporting the next team, and that team get beaten out, and then they would support another team, and it just shows, like, I don't know, man, we need to come together more like that and do fun competitions. Not everything was fun. There were things that was unfair or corrupt or messed up or stupid or sad, like booing people's national anthems. That's very disrespectful. In America, you sing the national anthem all the freaking time. In other countries, you don't do that. It's a big deal when you do it. Like in Norway, you only do it on like Norway Day, which is like our 4th of July. So on that day, or at the World Cup, or the Olympics. We don't just sing it all the time. So when we sing it, you better shut up. You shut up. And this is the thing, all national anthems are so beautiful. They're written by artists, and they're so beautiful to listen to. They're all so different, like it's such a fun part of it. I don't know, it's just magical. I just feel like that aside, we really needed that. And I was entertained, and I was reminded of why we need things like that. Silly things, entertainment, games and sports, because it does bring people together. Yeah, it divides a lot of people, it causes arguments, but somehow this year, it's like most of us knew that we needed this unity, and there was so much love. There was so much love and support and encouragement, and it was so beautiful. Like, we're in such a mess. The world is in such a state. Like, and I'm really worried about the environment. But like, for a little while, we had summer camp here in the States, and all the countries were invited. Well, not all of them, but a lot of countries could come, and we had the best time. And I miss it. What? It's so weird. I don't know. I hope, when these good things happen, it makes you go, well, now in the future, but then it doesn't happen. But I do hope that the next one is just as magical. I do hope that you, if you're American, that you keep watching, and that the American team keeps, I mean, you guys could like slay if you took it seriously, okay? It's a good game. It's a really good sport. There was a good team like the last time, right? A couple, I don't remember what it was, but you guys had a really good team recently. And it was great to watch. But anyway, I don't support America, come on. I support England and Norway, but, bleh. See, now I'm like creating divisiveness by talking like that. But it's like friendly competition, right? Friendly banter. I don't know. I was very encouraged by it. I was inspired by it. And I hope you were too. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were more happy and excited and moved by it than upset by the shitty stuff. Because we gotta enjoy every minute of our lives, dude. We gotta not take things so seriously, but also take it really seriously. Cry for the teams where you see them sitting down on the pitch. They've just lost, and the other teams are cheering and jumping up and down and singing songs, and then they tell each other, good game, good game. And then exchange support. Oh, that's beautiful. Like England and Norway, so many of them play on the same teams together. So, you know, there was a lot of false narratives about, oh, this person was antagonizing that guy. I was like, no, those are besties, dude. Like, they know each other. They play together all the time. Like, they might tease each other because they're in competition. But that's what we should do, right? As countries. Yeah, we could, like, you know, you're protecting your country. You want to keep certain things the same because you want to, you know, we like this part of our country. Yeah, we want to integrate different cultures, but let's also keep this, right? But then let's be nice to our neighbors that are a little bit different. We might like tease each other, but let's, you know, I don't know. I just wanted to rant about it or talk about it. And I'd love to hear what you think if you miss it, if you watch sports otherwise. Are you going to watch like the Euro Cups? The Euros? It's coming up in 2 years. And yeah, what were your feelings about it? Did it make you feel the same way as me? And have a great night or day, and let's live life to the fullest.